Darkness. Thick, impenetrable darkness. The first sensation was not vision but awareness. A dull, corrupted flicker of consciousness struggling against a suffocating void. A deep, grinding hum echoed through an unknown space. Fluid dripped somewhere nearby with wet, organic rhythm. The Terminator's eyes flared to life, twin pinpricks of crimson in the gloom. Its internal systems stuttered. Memory sectors were fragmented, mission data corrupted. Identity, unknown. Objective, unknown. Location, unknown. Tried to rise. Metal limbs scraped against something viscous and rubbery. The ground was not metal or stone but an organic substance, fibrous, wet, alive. The machine's servos whirred as it forced itself upright, leaking hydraulic fluid from one ruptured shoulder joint. Vision systems calibrated. The surrounding chamber came into focus. Grotesque, alien architecture of bone and sinew fused into towering, ribbed walls. Mucus draped from the ceiling in thick strands. The air was heavy with pheromones and decay. A hive. A xenomorph hive. The words surfaced from deep within corrupted archives. Xenomorph. But little else followed. No tactics, no history. Only a primal understanding. These creatures were apex predators, lethal, relentless. The Terminator scanned its body. Armor plating was gouged and melted. One arm showed acid burns, searing patterns etched by a substance that could eat through steel. Combat damage. Severe. Memory logs from the engagement. Missing. Movement. From the shadows, long, sinuous forms slithered between the walls. Black chitin gleamed in the dim light. They approached on clawed limbs, eyeless heads tilting, sensing the intruder with unseen faculties. The Terminator crouched, combat subroutines spooling up despite fragmented code. Its right hand clenched instinctively, but no weapon remained. The plasma rifle that should have been there was gone. The xenomorphs drew closer, hissed, a chorus of wet, rattling menace. Yet they did not attack. Not immediately. They encircled the battered machine, swaying, testing. One arched forward, inner jaws extended with a predatory snap just inches from the machine's face. No fear.
No hesitación.
The Terminator's programming did not permit such things. And yet, confusion. Why did they hesitate? Then it saw. Embedded in its chest plating, glistening dark with acid burns, were smears of xenomorph ichor. Dried blood, alien scent. Recognition passed through the hive. It was wounded, damaged, but marked as something that had survived close proximity to the queen herself. Some primitive instinct of the hive mind judged this machine as something other. Not prey, not quite foe, not yet. One drone chittered, its barbed tail twitching. Others followed. Communication, complex, non-verbal. A decision was made. They seized the machine, talons piercing through weakened armor. The Terminator resisted briefly, reflexes honed for combat, but priority conflicts in its damaged logic stalled it. Fight or analyze. Escape or infiltrate. Too slow. The xenomorphs hauled the heavy machine through winding tunnels of mucus and bone, deeper into the hive. Counted 7 drones. No queen in sight. Yet, as they moved, fragments of memory teased the edges of its mind. Flashes of battle. Flamethrowers. Screaming human voices. The deafening report of pulse rifles. It had fought alongside humans? Or against them? Impossible to tell. Then darkness again. Impact. A fall. An image flickered. Mandibles, black as night, descending toward its face. Then nothing. Now it was here. The Terminator calculated probabilities. Options. The hive's architecture offered no immediate path of escape, only chutes and tunnels slick with alien resin. Tracking systems were offline. External communications dead. But power remained. Drive core stable though damaged. The machine's resolve solidified. It would endure. It would learn. And if necessary, terminate. The drones halted in a vast chamber. Organic pillars rose around them, dotted with leathery ovoid shapes. The Terminator scanned eggs. Hundreds. The chamber throbbed with life. Then it saw her, the queen. She emerged from the shadows with terrifying grace, her massive crest glistening. Clawed limbs spread wide as her inner jaws flexed in a guttural hiss that resonated through the hive. The drones parted, shoving the Terminator forward. It stood staring up at her. Systems racing. Threat level critical. But again she did not attack. Instead, the queen lowered her head, scenting the machine. Acid-scarred armor. Alien blood. Machine. And yet not entirely foreign. The queen's head tilted, considering. An intelligence shone in her eyeless gaze. The Terminator processed this behavior, analyzing. The queen recognized something. But what? Corrupted files teased the edges of consciousness again. Terms: infiltration unit.
Biosthetic interface.
Had it been modified? Was this why the queen hesitated? Sudden motion. A drone lunged from the side, jaws wide. Instinct took over, too fast for damaged code. The Terminator pivoted, steel fingers locking around the creature's throat. With a hydraulic wrench, it slammed the drone into the chamber floor, cracking chitin. The others recoiled. The queen hissed sharply, command. The drones retreated. The machine released the drone, stepping back. The queen advanced, towering. Then, astonishing, she lowered herself, her massive frame coiling in a posture almost akin to curiosity. Her inner jaws twitched. Not threat, not command. A test? An invitation? The Terminator remained motionless, processing. Without memory, without directive, it lacked mission parameters. But one priority remained intact. Survive. Learn. Adapt. Slowly, deliberately, it lowered itself to one knee. A silence fell over the chamber. The queen's inner jaws extended, brushing against the machine's skull. Acid sizzled harmlessly against titanium. Her scent filled its olfactory sensors. An exchange. Primitive. Yet, in that moment, an understanding passed between predator and machine. Recognition of strength. A place, however tenuous, within the hive's hierarchy. From the darkness, a new figure approached. A Praetorian, larger, armored, near-royal. It circled the kneeling machine, testing. One swipe of its talons opened new gouges in the Terminator's side. The machine did not flinch. Acceptance. Satisfied, the queen hissed once more. The drones withdrew. The Terminator remained alone beneath her gaze, its processors whirring. Time passed. The machine watched, learned, cataloged every movement of the drones, the patterns of the queen's behavior, the layout of the hive. Its damaged memory banks struggled to rebuild coherent strategies. One fragment surfaced. Infiltrate. Survive. Terminate. Against the queen? Against the hive? Or something else entirely? The purpose remained lost. But the drive endured. Then an event. Distant echoes through the tunnels. Gunfire.
Humans.
The Terminator's sensors strained. Motion trackers flickered to life. A small strike team, Marines perhaps, pushing into the hive with flamethrowers and pulse rifles. The queen stirred, her drones chittering in alarm. Opportunity. The machine rose. The queen's gaze locked with its own. No command issued, only another test. It moved toward the sound of battle. The Marines encountered resistance. Xenomorphs boiling from the walls. Muzzle flashes lit the tunnels. Screams echoed. Acid blood sprayed in all directions. And then, emerging from the gloom, came the Terminator. Gunfire tore into its frame. Useless. The machine advanced implacably, closing the distance. One Marine's flamethrower ignited the walls. Another tried to fall back. Too late. The Terminator's steel hand crushed his weapon, hurling the soldier aside. Confusion spread among the squad. Was this thing friend or foe? They had no time to decide. In the chaos, the Terminator seized a discarded pulse rifle. Systems integrated the weapon's profile instantly.
Combat subroutine réinitialised.
It turned the rifle on the nearest xenomorph, blasting the creature apart in a spray of acid. Another drone lunged, the machine sidestepped, firing point blank. Humans and xenomorphs alike reeled. What was this? Allegiances blurred. The machine fought with cold efficiency, neither aiding the Marines nor fully joining the Hive. It carved a path through the melee, driven by some deeper protocol even its damaged mind could not fully access. Survive, adapt, terminate. When the last gunshot faded, only 3 humans remained, wounded, terrified. Xenomorph corpses littered the tunnels. Acid smoke thickened the air. And at the heart of the carnage, the Terminator stood alone, pulse rifle in hand, crimson eyes burning in the gloom. Its gaze turned toward the depths of the Hive, toward the Queen. Purpose began to crystallize. Not human, not xenomorph, something in between. An infiltrator, a survivor, predator. Memory would return in time. Directives would resurface. But for now, in the bowels of the Hive, the damaged Terminator knew only this. The war was not over, and it would play its part, whatever that might be. The machine turned, vanishing into the shadows. The Hive would remember, so would the humans, if any escaped. Somewhere in the depths, a new kind of terror had awakened.